Jonathan Hale was one of America's most influential billionaires, a man who had built an empire from nothing through discipline, vision, and relentless work. His name commanded respect in boardrooms across New York and Silicon Valley. Yet behind closed doors, he was simply a father worried about his only son. Ethan Hale was engaged to Madison Carter, a beautiful and sophisticated woman from a privileged background. She moved effortlessly through elite social circles, and on the surface, she seemed like the perfect match. Still, Jonathan felt an unease he could not ignore. Wealth had taught him one hard lesson. Money revealed people's masks, but only when it was absent. Determined to see Madison's true character, Jonathan planned a quiet test. Using one of Ethan's recent property purchases in Chicago as the setting, he disguised himself as a poor gatekeeper responsible for managing a service entrance. He wore faded clothes, scuffed shoes, and a worn cap, carefully hiding every trace of his true identity. To the world, he looked like an aging man trying to earn an honest living. Late that afternoon, Madison arrived in a luxury car, clearly dressed for an upscale meeting. As she pulled up to the gate, Jonathan approached slowly, pretending to struggle with the lock. He braced himself for irritation or contempt. Instead, when Madison noticed his shaking hands, her expression softened. "Take your time," she said calmly. "No rush." Jonathan apologized, explaining that the system often malfunctioned. Rather than rolling her eyes or stepping back into her car, Madison got out and stood beside him. She asked how long he had been working there and whether the long hours were difficult. Her tone wasn't forced or performative. It was natural, almost warm. Jonathan answered carefully, watching her closely. She didn't check her phone, didn't look around impatiently. When he finally opened the gate, she smiled with genuine relief, thanked him, and reached into her purse. She handed him a small bill and a bottle of water. "For your break," she said gently. "Please take care of yourself." As Madison drove away, Jonathan remained standing by the gate, his chest tightening with unexpected emotion. This wasn't the reaction he had prepared for. He had seen powerful people humiliate waiters, guards, and clerks without a second thought. Yet Madison had treated him with dignity when she believed he was poor, invisible, and unimportant. Still, Jonathan knew better than to draw conclusions from a single moment. Experience had taught him that true character revealed itself through consistency, not coincidence. As he removed his cap and looked down at the worn broom in his hand, he made a silent decision. This test was only the beginning. A week later, Jonathan arranged a private dinner at his California estate, inviting Ethan to bring Madison so the family could finally spend time together. Before the guests arrived, Jonathan put his plan into motion one last time. He changed into simple work clothes and blended in with the maintenance staff, keeping his head down as he carried tools through the garden. He wanted to see Madison in a setting where kindness would require effort, not convenience. As Ethan and Madison walked along the stone pathway, Jonathan deliberately stumbled, letting a box of tools fall and scatter across the ground. The sharp clatter echoed through the quiet garden. Without hesitation, Madison rushed forward. "Oh my goodness, are you okay?" she asked, kneeling beside him. Jonathan mumbled an apology, pretending to be embarrassed and shaken. Madison began picking up the tools, ignoring the dirt on her hands and her elegant dress. She asked if the work was too heavy for him and whether anyone was helping him. When Jonathan said he was fine but tired, she insisted on carrying part of the load to the storage shed. "You shouldn't push yourself," she said sincerely. "Your health matters more than any job." Ethan watched in silence, clearly surprised. Jonathan felt his throat tighten. There was no audience here, no advantage for Madison to gain, yet her concern was genuine. When they parted, Madison thanked him and wished him a peaceful evening. Later that night, the family gathered in the grand dining room. As conversation flowed, Ethan finally stood and smiled. "Dad," he said, "there's someone very important I want you to meet properly." "This is Madison." Jonathan slowly lifted his head and removed the glasses he had worn all evening. Madison's expression shifted from polite curiosity to shock as recognition dawned. She gasped softly, her hand moving to her chest. "Yes," Jonathan said quietly, his voice heavy with emotion. "I am the gatekeeper." I'm the maintenance worker, and I am Ethan's father." The room fell silent. Jonathan stood, his eyes glistening. "I tested you because I feared my son might be loved for his wealth, not his values. But twice, when you believed I was no one, you treated me with dignity, patience, and compassion." Tears slipped down his face as he reached for her hands. "You passed a test you never knew you were taking." Madison's eyes filled with tears as well. "Sir," she said softly, "I don't treat people well because of who they are. I treat them well because of who I am." Jonathan embraced her, overwhelmed. In that moment, he knew his fortune had finally led him to something priceless, a daughter-in-law whose heart was richer than any empire he had built.